Thank you for having us here. So it's fantastic to be here in person, live. It's been a while. We really appreciate getting back out on the road and with our Label Leaders series of videos, and we're honored to be here with you at Grand Rapids Label.
So they'll be shooting some videos here today and tomorrow morning. And we're giving them free reign. We'll of course edit it for all, varieties. This could be the lead-in on the video.
My name is Bill Muir. I'm the president of Grand Rapids Label, or as I like to think of myself as the steward of the organization.
John Crosby, Vice President of Operations. I've been here 26 years. You've been here
Almost 30 years.
So what was your first job?
what was my first job here?
So what's the one that you remember?
So Bill and I worked together for a summer where I almost electrocuted Bill one time.
No. You did.
I did electrocute him, but you survived, and then you almost cut a tree down on me. But it was a great experience, right? Odd jobs around the whole place.
When I came in, it was the worst job that my dad could find for me. And I was painting the pipes that are throughout the ceiling. We have employees that have been around long enough that remember seeing me do that. So even today, when I go out to a press or I'm out in a different part of the facility and I start to actually do something, the younger employees or the newer employees are kind of looking at me funny and it's like, wow, he's willing to do that. But then a lot of times the older employees will saddle up next to him and talk about what I did or talk about what John did when we first were here and saying, no. These guys, they were willing to get dirty and they're still willing to get dirty and willing to do anything that's necessary around here. And I think that's important for part of the culture.
We do go back to 1884. We're both fourth generation members of the business.
It was our great uncle who got into the printing business back in the 1850s. Being that we're in Michigan, there's a lot of industrial, a lot of automotive. So a big part of what we do is for the automotive industry. What was at that point the big three automakers, we started working with them and continue to work with them today. So we have a lot of long-time 50, 60, 70-year-old customers that have been working with us.
So Grand Rapids Label has been a long-time member of TLMI.
My dad was a member of TLMI. My dad was the past president of the board of TLMI. As my dad got older, he kind of transitioned out of the TLMI role. So John and I went to the meeting, and it was a converter meeting at that point, and we walked away from it and said, yes, we need to be involved in this organization. Yes, we need to come to these events. At the same time, we need to also give back, and that's kind of the family nature too, is, okay, where do we get plugged in? One of the first people that weekend, that trip that we were out there was Cal Frost. Cal was walking off to an environmental meeting in the morning to lead that, and he saw me and he said, okay, you're coming with me. And I'm like, I am? Yep. I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of step back and just sit in there. And he always looked at me and said, well, yeah, a company like Grand Rapids Label, with all the stuff you're doing with durables, you're dealing with a lot of nasties and a lot of... It was just kind of like, wait a minute, what? But he was right. What we were dealing with was a lot of solvent-based adhesives. It was a lot of the stuff that we were coating ourselves, and we had to change that. We started looking forward and saying, when we retire, when we turn this over to the fifth generation, what do we want our legacy to be? Generation 5 is going to really care about the environment. So you guys need to get your act together. From there, I went and met with a TLMI member, John McDermott. He said, you got to start with recycling. You have to dumpster dive. You need to get in and find out what's going to the landfill. And so that's what we did. I think, my daughter Josie was here over a winter break from college. And Josie, we're going to go hit the dumpster. Here's what we're doing. You're going to catalog everything that is going out of this building. And she spent 2 weeks doing that. And it's about all it took. And real quickly, we could see what was PS material, what was cardboard, what was mixed paper, what was wood, even the PS, what was polypropylene based, what was polyester based, what was paper based. We had all that within a couple of weeks. When we started it, we didn't know if we'd hit headwinds and people, just dismissed it, but that didn't happen. Everyone intuitively knows it's best to recycle. It's very hard to do this all on your own with your staff, but we grabbed a family member, then we got with a senior project that didn't cost us any money. It fit perfectly with what they were trying to accomplish. They even
got quotes for how much our recycling was worth. So we found an income stream from the recycling that was positive cash flow, right? The big question about ROI. Now we're up to 83% landfill free, and in 2012 we were 10% landfill free. So we're just marching along, which is what we got the award for, right? Just that consistent journey,
Slow and steady.
improving,
Yeah.
but you're building foundational things all along the way.
The neat part about it now is we definitely have people within the GR family that are pushing to. It started small, but there is now that grassroots effort. We're all part of it. It's part of our culture. It's part of our vision. It's part of who we are.
Well, and thank you for being the leaders that you are in that sphere. That makes a difference, and that's really, where we as an organization, as the association, are trying to support our members and really demonstrate the leadership within the industry. So you guys are a big part of that.